good old days where you had to actually watch a show when it aired, or if you forgot to press the record button on the VCR, you just totally missed it? Yeah, it was bad, but also good. Just think about how we watch TV with our friends is different from how we watch our Walking Dead. Let's take a minute and reminisce about watching TV in 1995. TV ruled your schedule. Now you're in charge with a DVR. If you miss something airing, it's not a huge deal. Sure, you might miss tweeting about the live results of The Bachelor, but as far as actually watching the show, you haven't really missed anything. If it was your favorite show, you would schedule your life around it. Let's say you're at dinner and it's running late, you would race home just so you wouldn't miss the beginning of that show. What if your roommate didn't get the voicemail to set the VCR, or if they forgot to hit record? Think about it. If you missed the episode of Friends where Chandler and Monica hooked up in London, well, you were pretty shocked the next time you tuned in. It was agony. Now if we miss an episode of Game of Thrones, we just take a social media fast so the plot isn't ruined, but we can still watch the episode later. It's not really over for us. I'm convinced the only time people intentionally watch commercials is during the Super Bowl. What I really miss about commercials is that it was the most productive time of the day. You might need to use the bathroom during a show, but you would hold it until the commercial break. And you could do anything during a commercial break. Dishes were done at warp speed, homework was done, babies were played with, babies were made, and it all happened in the span of 3 to 4 minutes. Just think, without a commercial break, Joey would not have been able to trick his grandma. Now if an aspiring actor gets cut from a show, grandma just ends up disappointed. Honestly, I blame streaming services for the mess in my house. If I had that forced 3 to 4 minute commercial break, this house would be amazing. Sure, You've Got Mail was a thing in the mid-90s, but there wasn't the social media firestorm around TV shows. You would never actually talk to a celebrity unless your family took a road trip to New York City or LA. You would simply see sanitized articles about television stars in TV Guide or People, but you would never get the chance to actually tell them anything unless you wrote them an actual letter. Imagine notes and pens and stamps. You had to pay to play. And stars would have to write back that way, which almost never happened. Plus, you wouldn't expect Heather Locklear to expend that energy and get a hand cramp. She needed to be fully ready at Melrose Place. Now with the advent of social media, you can talk directly to your favorite star, and sometimes they will reply to you or favorite your tweet so you know they or their PR person read your note. I wonder what Tori Spelling did with all of her fan mail. Do you think she has it in a storage unit? The holy grail of TV watching. Without this device, if you missed a show, you would never ever catch up. You would simply have to watch next week's episode and hope that that 30-second recap they do before the show starts was enough to get you caught up. Plus, what if there were 2 shows on that you wanted to watch at the same time? You'd have to have 2 TVs, 2 VCRs. It's a lot of equipment. You only had one chance to get it right, and sometimes people made mistakes and recorded over something they shouldn't have. Plus, there was only one copy. If you destroyed it, it was gone forever. In some ways, I miss this. If your parents taped an embarrassing tap dance routine when you were 12, well, you know, a mistake could happen.